right, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, we want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahusha, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Yeah, which is the correct names of the Heavenly Father's beloved Son and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, the men whom we believe through faith to be raised up in these latter days to establish the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and to all the brothers out there that's doing likewise, continuing their legacy. Shalom.
Shalom.
So yeah, this live stream is going to be pretty much centered around the destruction of America and the fact that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to publicly put this place to shame, man. All right, the world is going to actually see the destruction of America. And really right now, the world is seeing the destruction of America right now, because the destruction of America is a process, man. You know, it's not going to be just an erupt, you know, even though the scriptures tell you that in 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed, but it's a build-up. The Lord is going to actually take this place out by the very, you know, foundation, man. That's why you see the roadways collapsing, the economy collapsing, even the moral fabric of these people, they being deflated. You look at the average person outside this truth, they defeated, you know, don't know where they're going. These different conversations in these barber shops and that job on lunch break, they looking for answers, man. But that's a form of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua destroying this place. But on a global scale, the world can see it. The world see that America fucked up, man. You know? So that's a form. Matter of fact, let's get that in Isaiah 47. Somebody get it in the blue letter too. Baba Pashad, somebody can get it in the blue letter. We're gonna look up a couple of words, all right, to show you that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because you know this place is being judged, and really when you go into the law, the Lord He judged you publicly, man. You know, you read the law tell you to drag the person out in the city, you know, for everybody to see, so people can learn, you know, it can be in their mind what not to do. So the Lord is gonna publicly punish this place, man. The judgment gonna be public. All right. So yeah, go ahead out.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate."
Yep. Go ahead out.
It says, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers."
Right, so it says make bare the leg, uncover the thigh. Matter of fact, let's look up bare. Let's see what it says for bare. Because the Lord said make bare the leg. When you make bare something, that's actually somebody that represents exposure, man. You know, when you bare, you have nothing to cover you. You out in the open. See? So if I got it, go ahead.
This is the word bear. Isaiah 47, what's that, 3?
That was 2.
Isaiah 47:2, Strong's H2834, and it says to strip off, lay bare, make bare, draw out, to strip off, to strip, lay bare, to draw, skim, take off the surface.
Yeah, take off the surface. Surface is what covers you. You know? So the Lord is going to expose America, and that's happening now. And that's not going to stop. Even up until the point of America's destruction, it's going to be seen. You know? Now, I'll continue to read.
It says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man."
Right, so it says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and thy shame shall be seen." Now, right now, that shame is being seen. For an example, if you wanted to, you can Google the National Debt Clock of America, and they're going to show how the debt is just rolling. You know what I mean? But that's a form of your shame. That's like, you don't want everybody to know who you owe. You know what I mean? Everybody know you owe the power company. You know what I mean? That, you know, in this world, everybody should know your business, right? So how much more America? America prides itself on being the glory of kingdoms, man. All right? So it's a point where you can actually Google the national debt clock of America, and you can see where these devils trillions and trillions of dollars in debt, man. All right. So that's a form of a shame being seen. But the point is, it don't stop there. This shame is going to be seen all the way until destruction. The America's destruction is a part of that shame, man. All right? Because these devils proud and they feel like they're invincible. They feel like they got that resilient spirit. We can never fall. They got that triumphant spirit. We'll always triumph. So when they finally destroy it, that's shame. And guess what? It's going to be seen. The revolution will be televised, man. All right? Now, oh, you got something?
I got that Revelation 18.
Yeah, we're going to bring yeah. Now, real quick, right? Read that one more time, Isaiah. And then,
verse 3.
Yeah, verse 3.
Yeah, kind of. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen.
Thy shame shall be seen. So it don't stop with the debt clock. And another thing, like a lot of these countries, they know about America got faggots and homos in their military. That became public. And the other nations actually made mockery of America for that. That's a form of the shame being seen. But it don't stop. That's ultimately going to be when they destroy it.
Right.
All right. And that's going to be on display for the world to see. All right. Now, I've got the definition for, because it said that shame shall be seen. So we need definition for seen.
This the definition for seen in Isaiah 47:3, Strong's H7200. And the definition says to see, look at, inspect, perceive, consider.
Right. And that's what's happening. And it's going to continue to happen. Not like the Lord going to strip her, then throw her clothes back to her, man. This bitch going to be naked. We're going to get that in Revelation. Matter of fact, get that in Revelation 17.
Yeah,
you know I won't with it.
Yeah, this is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
So she's gonna be naked all the way into the day. She's burned with fire. Meaning we're gonna see that destruction, because that nakedness symbolizes you being bare. So the Lord gonna show when she's burned with fire. All right. So back in these definitions up,
it says to see, perceive, to see, have vision, to look at, see, regard.
Right, you're going to regard it. And that's what's happening now. People looking at America, the state of America, and they regard it, they consider it. And that's not going to stop taking place even until the day America destroyed. Because we're going to show you through the spirit where these satellites, they wasn't set up for decoration, man. They were actually set up to serve a purpose. And that was to fulfill the scriptures. All right? Go ahead up.
It says, to regard, look after, see after, learn about, observe, watch, look upon, look out, find out.
Right, watch. And a lot of these people, they're going to actually see when the destruction of America take place. All right, they're going to be glued to their laptops, to their tablets, the flat screens all over the world, man. All right? The Lord is going to expose America even to the point when it's being destroyed. All right? And because it's the spirit, right? When you could go back and look at some of this footage. When the Twin Towers went down, which we know that was an inside job, those people in the Middle East, they was rejoicing, man. They were jumping around, rejoicing, death to America, man. All right? And that was a premature celebration, if you will, because it was really America did that bullshit, man.
Right.
It was a pretense, but it was a false pretense. But guess what? It's going to actually come a day when this place is destroyed. These other nations are going to actually rejoice in that, man. All right? Matter of fact, before you continue reading that, you'll get that in the Apocrypha. I think it's Sirach 7:25.
Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 7 and verse 25. I think 25 and 7.
The 25 and 7.
Yeah.
And somebody give me what the scripture said, the old devil and Satan.
Oh, that's Revelation 20.
Yeah. Revelation 20.
Something like that.
Right, second or third verse.
Yeah, this Sirach 25 and 7.
Yep.
Said there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
In the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Right, and that's dealing with not only us, because we're going to live to see the fall of our enemies. So in Psalm, the 91st chapter, you're going to see 1,000 at the right, 10,000 at the left. We're going to see that from an aerial view. But guess who else going to live to see the fall of their enemies, man? These other nations. Does not these, for example, Iran, right? They coined America as the great Satan. Now, what the word Satan is in the Hebrew, Shaitan, which means what? Adversary. No? So that's why the scriptures say, he who lives to see the fall of his enemies, because the so-called white man is the adversary not only to Israel, but he's the adversary to the fucking water, man. The air, the trees, and including other nations. That's why he's known as the great Satan. He's adverse to everything that Yahweh Shemel laid out. So when everybody who see the fall of this devil is going to rejoice in that, man. I think you need to take, matter of fact, let's get that in Isaiah 14.
Got it.
You got that? Bring it up.
Isaiah 14 and 7. I'm going to start at 6. Yeah, I'm going to go straight to the point. Isaiah 14 and 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. Mm-hmm. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fig trees rejoice. The fir tree rejoice at thee. And the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against us.
Right. Yeah, and that goes into the other nation. The trees is the other nation. I think it tells you that in the book of Mark, I seen men as trees. All right. So go ahead.
It says, hell from beneath is moved from thee to meet thee at thy coming. Mm-hmm. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Mm-hmm. Even all the chief ones of the earth, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Mm-hmm. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worm covered thee.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to the infrastructure, man. Like you said, the infrastructure is America is crumbling from the inside out. Mm-hmm. Verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which dideth weakens the nations?
Right, and now the so-called white man gives her. He weakened the nations by going into their land, taking them for their resources, bomb these different countries. All right, go ahead.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Yeah, go ahead.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Right, and that key word there is see thee, man. So the world is going to see the so-called white man fall, and they seeing it now, and it ain't going to stop when the destruction comes. That's actually going to be the climax of it, man. And how is this going to happen? Because the Lord got these satellites set up out in space, and they actually can record live. All right? Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and bring that up. I got this little information real quick. And I'm going to just try to hit the point. This is a pretty big article. But I'm going to start right here. It says, matter of fact, I'll read the headline. This from us, www Space News. It says, new surveillance satellites can now record real-time video. All right? See? New satellites can record real-time video, which we already know that. which this is dated back in 2017. But they've been coming up with these different satellites dating back as far as 2014, 2015, man. Because you always had satellites, but they really couldn't record real time and live. You know, they'll take pictures for Google Earth, you know, and you can get these different pictures. But now they actually can record real time. Who you think responsible for that? It's your how about you outside. All right. It says new surveillance satellites can now record real time video of all car movements in an entire region, allowing governments to build a timeline of your vehicle travel. Now that's heavy because a vehicle is small relative, you know, to you watching in space. So if we could track a vehicle and where it's going, how much more a whole country being pelted by missiles, man? And that's what it's set up for. All right. So I'm gonna go down. It says more than 1 billion surveillance cameras watching your every move on city streets, government property, public transportation, commercial buildings, and roadways. But the scope of what can be seen with nearly 1 billion Earth-based surveillance cameras, smart refrigerators, Facebook, and cell phones isn't enough for the global scientific dictatorship. It said that's because there are still thousands of independent, freedom-loving folks who like to drive through snow-peaked mountains, maneuver gravel roads in the backwoods of national parks, or relish in the quiet solitude of worn-down country highways. Now there's a solution on how to track these outliers, because these cameras pretty much in these urban areas and inner cities. So they're like, well, shit. A lot of these people going out to these rural areas in the mountains. So how they gonna watch them? From the sky, all right? Now say, let me see. Let me jump down. I says, try to hit the key points. It said, satellites that will record high resolution images and video of the planet's surface. This will be their third and most ambitious launch. Ambitious launch. In 2015, the company set up their first prototype called Carbonite and will send up 2 Carbonite 2 later this year. So far, the original Carbonite has produced stunning results with the ability to record images of Earth objects as small as 3 feet in width. See? So these satellites can record something as small as a 3-foot window, man. But the point is, why is they created? Why was they set up? It was really set up for the destruction of America, man. And for it to be actually recorded. And for people to actually see America's shame. Because again, the scriptures say that shame shall be seen. Well, one of the most shameful points in America's infamy is going to be when they destroy it. Like the bullet, like, you know, the guy, he trip up at the graduation. That's the climax of this, you know what I mean? that's America, man. Let me see if there's a little more, right? It said, these new spy satellites will keep their eye on a lot more than your personal vehicular travels at any time. Anywhere on Earth, the high-resolution imagery from a top-down view is being marketed to a myriad of government and private industries. You might call this final frontier of data. Yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, let me get this. It says, here's a 2-minute visual demonstration. They got the video from Earth. See? It says, here's a 2-minute visual demonstration on how by 2019, see? Earth and its satellites will go about blanketing the Earth with high-resolution surveillance cameras, the increase of police state, and loss of privacy. Oh, look, see these devils, right? That's the scripture. When the scripture tells you the very pit that they dug, they're gonna fall in. They looking to push these cameras to spy on your privacy and to watch you. They want to play like they the most out. But the Lord is using that for you motherfuckers' destruction to be viewed, to be televised, man. So the revolution is literally going to be televised in the destruction of America. And we're going to show you that through spirit and power, how about Shemi outside this lesson, man. So finish up them definitions for seeing, because that's what we left off. It says, thy shame shall be seen. All right? So finish up them definitions, then. Yeah, go ahead. Then we'll move from there to
it says to look at, see, regard, look after, seek after, learn about, observe, watch, look upon, look out, find out, to see, observe, consider, look at, give attention to, discern, distinguish.
Yep,
to look at, gaze at, to appear, present oneself, to be seen, to be visible, to be seen, to cause to see, show, to cause to look, intentionally at, behold, cause to gaze at, to be caused to see, be shown.
Be shown. All right, America's shame is going to be shown, man. Go ahead up.
To be exhibited to.
Exhibited to. You have some on exhibition is on display for you to see. So it is not going to be a private thing. When America is destroyed, it's going to be on display for the world to see, man. And the vehicle, the instrument the Lord is going to use for the world to see is going to be by way of these satellites and this technology. You can look at live streams from over the world. I be watching live streams of Discovery Channel, man, of animals. They're in a safari shooting live. All right, that's because of the satellites and the signals, and I can pick it up where I'm at, man. But that wasn't created for that. That was created for prophecy to be fulfilled in the destruction of America, man. All right, you got something?
Yeah, this is Psalm 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament show of His handiwork.
And that's dealing with what? The satellites, man. That's how the work of the Most High is going to be declared ultimate. And the work of the Most High is going to come in the form of the destruction of America. America being destroyed. All right? Now, with that established, this could be a stumbling block to the majority of people because first and foremost, they don't even believe that America is recorded in the scripture. So when we do lessons like this, and when we make the point that America is going to be destroyed, they stumble at that. Because first and foremost, they don't even know that America is in the scriptures. All right? But scriptures, there's plenty of scriptures to show you that America is recorded in the Bible. All right? Now, real quick, go to Revelation 17. You know, the scripture talk about, I think it's Revelation 17. And,
Mystery of Babylon.
Yeah, you can probably start there, but go down to, let's say, out of the 7th, come to 8th.
Okay, yeah, Con. This is this Revelation chapter 17. Let's see, 11. All right, Con. Yeah, this is Revelation 17 and 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th.
Matter of fact, jump up to where going to all of them, like a 5.
Okay, yeah. This is Revelation 17, and I just started verse 7. It says, and the angel said unto me, wherefore thou didst marvel, I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her.
And the woman is America, go ahead.
Which have the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that saw was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose name were not written in the book of life. From
and the 7 heads, that's going into France, Britain, Spain, German minor, German major, Britain, Greece. All right. Yep. Go ahead. So that's the 7. All right. That's the 7 heads. Go ahead.
Said whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is, and here is the mind which have wisdom, the 7 head are the 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth.
Right, those are the 7 governments of Esau. All right, go ahead. We just named it. Go ahead.
And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come.
And 1 is, John was speaking about that current king, Rome. All right, go ahead.
It says, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition.
And that's dealing with what? America, man.
That's right.
So the scriptures clearly show you that America is in the Bible if you're spiritual. If you're not spiritual, that's going to go all over your head, man. But if you're spiritual, you can go into Esau and his timeline and all his different mountains and rulerships, and it links up perfectly. Because America is the 8th, which is of the 7th. What's the 7th? Britain. Did not America come from Britain? Matter of fact, what that is, Jeremiah 50? Yeah, get that real quick. Get that.
It's Jeremiah 50 and verse 12. Your mother shall be so confounded.
Your mother shall be so confounded. Go ahead.
She that bare you shall be ashamed.
Right, and that's dealing with Britain. And she is ashamed of America, man. All right? Go ahead.
Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
And the hindermost of the nations is America. Meaning they the last, they the bottom of the bottom, man. It's a wicked place. But the point is, your mother shall be so confounded in you. So that what Revelation 17 chapter said. The 8th is of the 7th. All right? Which when you go into history, Britain actually birthed America. All right? So that's the proof that America is in the scriptures. If you can receive it. Now let's go into the destruction of this place.
Right.
And then go to Revelation 18. Let's start at the top.
Yeah, this is on Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become a habitation of devils.
Now that great angel is really going into Yahweh's shop. Because Yahweh's shop have the key to and to put you into subjection and to free you or to give you power. That's why I say he had a chain in his hand. It's Yahweh's shop who the one controls, who is subdued, going into captivity or not. All right, go ahead.
It says, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Yep.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication.
And that's talking about America. All these different nations is drunk with the wine, the philosophies, the ideas of America, man. You go to these different countries, it looks like a mini America. You got Taco Bell, McDonald's, all right? On the block is some Chinese, so-called Chinese with their pants sagging, break dancing, you know what I mean?
Chinese rapper.
Yeah, hip-hop. Why? Because the influence of America has spilled over to the world. All right? Go ahead.
Said that the kings of earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth.
The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, right? Meaning what? They forsook the ways of their forefathers. For an example, like these so-called Muslims, right? Their forefather encouraged them to cover the woman from head to toe, which that's just a custom of the East, all right? Anybody from the eastern side of the world, Israelites, the so-called Ishmaelites, they follow those customs. But now you fast forward today, these Muslims, these so-called Arabs, should I say, they women walking around in tights and leggings, just strolling through the streets with a phone going shopping. And their husband working, trying to get a piece of the American pie. So they committing fornication with America. They put off the ways of their the so-called Chinese. They wear a certain attire, but now you see a so-called Chinese man in a 3-piece suit, walking with a briefcase. That's a form of them committing spiritual fornication with this whore. All right, go ahead.
It says, and continuing on, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right. Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Mm-hmm.
How much have she have glorified herself and lived religiously? So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I see the queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow."
Right, and that's the mentality of America. But all you Americans, man, especially you Edomites, which they kind of adopted that mentality too. They think that America can't be harmed. They think that the so-called white man got the answers, man. All right, but for the most part, all these Edomites, they don't believe that they're gonna be taken out of the way.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
It says, therefore her plagues, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the judge of her.
Right, so the scripture says she's going to be burned with fire. How is this going to take place? How is this feat going to be accomplished, man? By way of that thermonuclear holocaust. When World War III has ran its course, man. And those missiles are shot throughout the world. That's how she's going to be burned with fire. All right, go ahead.
It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Right, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Now, how are these nations going to see that? Matter of fact, go to that in the blue letter. Revelation, where you at? Revelation 18?
18 and 9.
Yeah, let's go to that in the blue letter. All right, because the scriptures say these different nations. Read that one more time out.
This is Revelation 18 and 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
And they're going to see the smoke of her burning. How is this going to happen? Again, it's going to happen by way of American destruction being televised, man. And we kind of briefly touched on this before we turned the camera on. Look, the Lord Yahweh Shah, he can make, you watching, you could be watching something else, and the Lord can have it where that live stream just pop up, man. Because when you go into it, these, for example, these different so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Most High, right? They actually hovered around these different nuclear bases, and they caused those missiles to count down. So there's nothing impossible with Yahweh Shah. He actually can set off this World War III without even Trump or any of these world leaders lifting a finger, man. Let's show you the power of Yahweh Shah. He actually can use these devils to create the last missile that says, I don't need you no more. They let the angels go to work. Because really, when you read the scriptures, that is a possibility. Does not it say the angels the ones holding back the four winds, man? So Yahweh Shah can do what he please, man. But we know through the scriptures that this is going to be televised. That's why you got to remember the globe, right? This proves that the earth not flat. It's a globe. If I'm on the far east side of the world and the far west over here, how could you see what's going on over that loop? You know what I mean? Like, how could you see what's going on, man? Now, if it was flat, then you can see the straight horizon. But if it's a loop, you know what I mean? And then it steadily rotates, you can't see. So how is this going to be accomplished? The Lord is going to publicly, we already read it. Thy shame shall be seen, man. All right? So, you got a definition for they shall see. Go ahead.
This is Strong's G991. the word seen in Revelation 18 and 9, it says to see, discern of the bodily eye.
Yeah, of the bodily eye. It ain't metaphoric. No, it ain't that somebody. The Lord said with the bodily eye, meaning with your naked eye, your natural eye, you're going to see this destruction, man. All right? Go ahead.
It says with the bodily eye to be possessed of sight, have the power of seeing, perceived by the use of the eye.
Right. You're going to perceive it by the use of your eye. You're going to come to the conclusion, oh, shit, America finished, man. You know? And this going to be something that never, hey, this is going to be heavy, man. This is not going to be nothing, you know, some Arab woke up the next morning. You heard about America being destroyed? No, everybody on the planet going to know about this, man. All right? Go ahead. No, it ain't going to go like that, man. You wake up out of your sleep, man. You heard about America got destroyed like that. For real? You know what proved that? Because they're going to be watching it and they're going to be feeling the earth tremble. Scripture tell you that, to and fro like a drunk. What that is? Isaiah 24. Get that real quick. Because these people going to see it and they're going to be shaking with fear. They're going to be trembling because they're going to actually feel the destruction and they're going to actually see the destruction, man.
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 20. It says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
Yep, so the earth going to reel to and fro like a drunkard, man. So those on the other side of the world going to feel those trembles, man. All right? While they watching it, they're going to be like, shit, they're going to be drunken with fear. They're going to be shook, man. Frozen with fear. All right? When the Lord send those missiles throughout the world. Because you got to remember, a lot of the missiles going to hit Israel. Israel going to be wiped out. You know? Yep, so go ahead.
It says to turn the eye or turn the eyes to see anything. To look at, look upon, gaze at.
Gaze at. See that?
The scripture they should gaze.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says to perceive by the senses, to feel, to discover by use, to know by experience.
See? To know by experience, man. Like, you know what that means? When you know by experience, it's not going to be he say, she say. Somebody relayed a message to you. Oh, did you hear about America? No, they're going to experience themselves. They're going to see that America was destroyed, man. All right, go ahead.
It says to see with the mind's eye.
Yeah, and we went through the scripture. I mean, we brought out the information of the satellites and this new technology, how these devils got these satellites where they record real time now. In other words, live. And you see that like you got NASA channel and shit like that. They show stuff live. It ain't nothing deep about that. They show from a global, from an area point of view, and they record live, man. All right? So you think they ain't gonna record when them missiles being shot throughout the world? Of course it is, man. Go ahead.
It says to have the power of understanding, to discern mentally, observe, perceive, discover, understand, to turn the thoughts or direct the mind to a thing, to consider, contemplate, to look at, to weigh carefully.
Yeah, to look at, to weigh carefully. I mean, they're going to be paying attention. Everybody's going to be glued to that screen, man. They're going to look at it carefully. They ain't going to be like, oh, let me run in here and grab something right quick. They're going to be contemplating what's happening, man. All right? And the only way that can happen is through this technology that the Lord has raised up. This technology ain't for them, man. The Lord got all these different outlets and avenues. You got tablets and smartphones and what they call laptops, flat screen TVs, and, you know, that ain't for nothing. Go ahead.
It says in a geographical sense of places, mountains, buildings, etc., turning towards any quarter as it were facing it.
Yeah, as if it were facing it. Now, do that mean they're gonna stand and look over to the west, like, you know? No, they're gonna be looking. They're gonna be looking toward it through this technology that's out here, man. All right. So back to Revelation 18.
Yeah, in Revelation 18 and 9 again says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see.
Then we just looked up the definition of see. All right. To contemplate, to gaze at, you know, to pay attention to perceive. All right, go ahead.
When they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city.
Right, because think about it, right? If it ain't talking about you actually knowing it's America, and I just see smoke coming from the west, how I know if it's America or not?
No.
It's Canada right there. It's South America, Central America. So how they gonna stand that far off? At last, America, and you don't know where the smoke. You just see the smoke, and you say, "Oh, that's America." You don't know who it is. If you taking that literally, like they just standing off and looking on this side of the world, they see smoke coming up. How they know where that smoke coming from? Like if my partner lived down the block and the smoke coming up, I would say, "Man, that's Junior house." I don't know. I'm just watching the smoke. You know what I mean? So how they gonna know that? They gonna be watching this live on TV, man. See, that's show you right there. Read it again up.
God, it says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is that judgment come.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna be saying, man. They're gonna be bugging out. You know, they're gonna be like, damn, you know what I mean? That's gonna be a marvelous work of Yahweh Shemi outside, man. All right? Because the Lord is gonna use America as what not to do. What happens to you when you fuck with Yahweh Shemi outside.
That's right.
And they're gonna be shown to the world, man. That's why this technology was set up. It was set up for the prophets to be seen. Hey, it's not the prophets' words going out throughout the world. We over here, for example, we're in Birmingham, Alabama, right? But you don't think there's brothers in Central Africa, Alaska, watching us? See what I'm saying? And how is that done? Through the satellites, through the YouTube.
Yep.
So if the Lord, death threats, if the threats itself is being shown to the world, when the action happens, it's going to be shown to the world. See what I'm saying? If I tell you I'm going to kick your ass, for everybody, if I tell everybody I'm going to kick your ass, but then when I kick your ass, it's private. No, same people that know I'm going to kick your ass, they're going to see me kick your ass, man. So that's why the Lord used us and our words going throughout the world, right? Through the satellites. So the Lord going to use this same satellites that he sent the death threats out by, and he's going to destroy you, man. All right? So yeah, y'all got a precept over there? If not, you can go. You got something?
Well, yeah, I can continue. I can jump down on this Revelation.
Okay, come.
Yeah, this is Revelations chapter 18 in verse 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet. And
because I don't care how hardcore like these Arabs act like they are, like that be suicide bombs. The Lord gonna shake them up, and they see the missiles hitting America. They're gonna be shook. They're gonna be crying, can't believe it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't stop. You know what I mean? They're gonna be bugging the fuck out, man. Because the Lord gonna spring into action, gonna show them what He's about, man. You know what I mean? Man, Read that one more time, Read that one more time,
Guys, like, this Revelation 18 and 16, it says, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, in purple and scarlet, and depth of gold, and precious stone and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
Right, how they gonna know that from not seeing something on TV? How you gonna know? Just because you see the smoke coming up, you know that's America. No, you're gonna know right then on your phone, in front of your TV, because a lot of these people in America don't know nothing about the world. You believe that America rhetoric, man. Like they have you think these other countries years behind. Man, these countries done caught up with America, man. They passed America, man. A lot of people, they'd rather be in these other countries than America, man.
God.
You know what I mean? So these people gonna be actually seeing America with this technology, man. That's going into. All right, go ahead.
Every shipmaster in all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
Right. So that proves that that's going to be televised, man. They're going to stand afar off, and the Lord said they're going to see the smoke ascending. That don't mean they're going to be, again, they standing, out on the shore and looking toward the west, and they see smoke coming up, and they just know that's America. For some reason, they know that's America. They're gonna understand that because it's gonna be live, man. Just like these different bombings, they actually record that, man. Like when you see America, if you saw the footage, they got like the little crosshair, little scope when they bomb these different bunkers where they thought Saddam was at anybody. That shit all on footage, man. So they're gonna be the same with America, man. Go ahead, up.
It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate.
Yep, in 1 hour. That's all it's gonna take, And that's how you watch a scheduled program. It's like an hour, a good movie. And the Lord cold, man. The Lord ain't gonna hold them up too long, like they ain't gonna be watching it too long. You know what I mean? Man, Lord bad, man. I'm telling you now, man. You know what I mean? Lord, you watch a good movie for a good hour, man. Lord gonna have you watch it for an hour, like shit. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be it, man. You're gonna sweep through in an hour, man. And you know that the Lord known as Theos, as the Lord the director. So the Lord gonna direct a great movie, man. Right? They're gonna be a great movie, man. All right, so that was it on that?
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah. So hey, with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the head apostles and elders, the great millstone. Shalom, all you brothers out there that's also laboring in his work. All you believers out there, that tune in and subscribe to this truth. With that, shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.